live my life 24/7, 365, so that the just shall live by faith. That means I live by faith 24/7, 365, so I need to know how it works, what it is and what it's not. So we talked about that. Now, tonight, I want to start talking about what it is. I gave you some groundwork. What did I mean by the word faith? I mean the law of faith. Then we talked about the importance of faith. I pointed that out to you from the scripture. Now, I want to talk about what it is, and I want to deal with something that I like to ask this question: faith and belief. I know you've heard the term belief or believe, and you've heard the term faith. Are they the same? Now, sometimes confusion comes because people don't understand the meaning of words. I will say something now that's quite interesting, but like I said last night, don't trash anything that I say just because perhaps you haven't heard it that way, or perhaps because you might think that it contradicts something that your pastor has been teaching. I guarantee you it won't. It might sound different because you haven't heard maybe the same truth in the same capsule, so you might immediately think, oh, that's different. But trust me, God would not send me here to contradict your pastor, but to expand all of us to go to a higher level, okay? Now, faith and belief, are they the same? This is one of my major areas of ministry, not to say I know everything about it, but I know a little. And I traveled all over the world, and I found that people are the same. It doesn't matter what color they are, it doesn't matter what language they speak, it doesn't matter what geographical location you find them in. Most Christians, and you might not realize this because you've been a part of this particular ministry, but most Christians, they think faith and belief are really the same thing. They think it's the same, just two different ways to say it. Now, we have to find out what words mean, and we have to be careful in getting definitions. For instance, dictionaries. You ever heard of a dictionary? Okay. Most people think that the purpose of a dictionary is to tell us what a word means. But I submit to you that a dictionary never was and is not to tell you what a word means. I tell you what a word means, and you tell me what a word means, and when you and I agree on that meaning, it gets put in the dictionary. Now, if you don't believe it, go to your local library, go to the reference department, and you should find on a reference table a great big fat huge dictionary. Go look it up, and you can find certain words in there that are listed 15 times in a row, spelled the same way, pronounced the same way, and every one of them has a different meaning. Your dictionary, particularly Webster's and college and collegiate dictionaries, are designed to tell you the historical usage of that word in Western civilization. So you have to be careful with definitions. Now, I say all of that to get to this word, faith and belief. If you're a serious student of the Bible, particularly a minister, but if you're just a real ongoing, hot-to-trot student of the Bible, you probably are familiar with either Young's Concordance to the Bible, or Cruden's Concordance to the Bible, or certainly Strong's Concordance to the Bible, and perhaps W.E. Vine's Expository Dictionary of New and Old Testament Words. Now, if you go to Strong's, check out the meaning, check out the word belief, or believe, and check out the word faith. And you will find that the definition of faith is belief, and the definition of belief is faith. Go read it. Check it out. I was blown away when I first found that out. And then I realized why so many people are missing God's best, because they know their own sincerity. They know their own heart. They know, I believe this. There's no doubt about it. I absolutely believe it, and they think that because they believe it, that they're in faith. But like the old song says, it ain't necessarily so. And I can show you dramatically that that's true, and it's important to understand, because you can think you're in faith when all you're in is belief. Now, give you a dramatic illustration, you'll be able to see it so clearly. You'll probably say, now, how come I didn't see that? Well, if you had already seen it, I wouldn't have nothing to tell you. How many of you, all right, watch this. How many of you came here tonight and you drove an automobile? Okay. How many of you have the keys to your car in your purse or pocket? How many of you, your intention is that when this service is over tonight, you are going to the parking lot or wherever you parked your vehicle, and you plan to get in your car and drive home? Okay. Here's a little test. Tonight, I want you to do something different. When the service is over and you go to the parking lot and you find your vehicle, I want you to take your keys out, hold them in your hand. I want you to climb up on the hood of your car. Hold your keys up and shout out as loud as you can so that everybody in the parking lot and the adjoining areas can hear you. And I want you to say, I believe that if I get in my car with these keys, I can start my car and drive home. And you will be standing on the hood of that car until